Hello and welcome back to Project 52, where I'm trying to produce 52 tracks in 1 year. Today we are starting week 8. I can't believe it's week 8 already. So let's get right to it. Here I have my default template that I always start when I'm starting a new track. I thought we could just try to jam to some sounds from Analog Lab or something like that and try to find maybe a melody or a chord progression or something that we can start building the track from. Usually I start from drums because I can do those better than melodies and chords, but I thought this week I could try to challenge myself and build the track around a melodic idea rather than a rhythmic one. Both valid options, I guess, but I think it's a good idea to sometimes get out of your comfort zone and try to start the tracks differently, because whenever you are not doing the same things that you always do, that's when you improve. So that's my reasoning behind me starting this week's track differently. But let's see what we end up doing. I don't even know what scale I want to write in. Pretty basic. Not really sure about the sound. It could just as well be that today we are not even able to find the idea, because as I've said, I think in previous videos that usually I don't film the starting process of each track because that just takes quite a long time. I have like an hour to record today, so it could just as well be that I'm not able to find any ideas by then, and then we'll just have to continue tomorrow or whatever. I kind of like it, but I don't know if I'm able to do a full track out of this. Just feels like it could be hard for me to try to make a complete journey of sound out of that, if you know what I mean. Like, so it's better maybe to try to pursue another idea. So let's try to do that. "40 minutes has passed, and as you can see, there's not much in the arrangement view. Okay, you know what? Let's just pick something. That doesn't sound like a good idea, but I just want to get something done today. It doesn't matter if the first idea that we have is or appears to be bad, because we can always try to, I hope, to somehow get the best out of that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's our idea. I'm now deciding, I'm declaring this this week's idea. Okay, I forgot it already. Okay. What scale are we in? I guess we are still in D major. That's so bad. I love it. I can't believe that I'm jamming to this thing. I don't know. That's mellow. Okay, we'll use this one. Should we figure out some sort of chords to it? I guess that's our idea for this week. I have no idea what to build out of that. We'll see. I'll try to shape this into something that's more worth finishing. And I'll do that off camera, I think. So see you in a couple of days, probably on Monday. Alright, I'm back. It's Tuesday and I did manage to make the track a little bit better yesterday, and I thought we could try to make the track ready today. I kind of have a full arrangement already in here, but it's super short and I don't know if it's too short. It's 1 minute and 36 seconds at the moment, so it could be a little bit too short, I don't know. So let me show you what I've done here. I did resist the urge to replace the melody that we wrote last time, which wasn't very interesting to be honest, but I just wanted to commit fully to it for this week. So right now we have 2 layers. It's not the same sound that it was the last time anymore. Now we have one analog lab, which is just a background thing, just kind of wide. I don't even know if you can hear that, but it's in there, trust me. And then we have the main sound made in Faceplant. And this is actually a monophonic, is that how you say it? There can only be one note playing at a time. You know? And this plays the main sound, or the main part in this main melody, and that sound sounds like this. And both of those together sound like this. Then we have these background chords. I don't remember if we had these the last time. Maybe I did write these. Yeah, I think I did. So these are also very plain, like super simple chords. And then we have another one which is kind of more interesting. Also from Analog Lab. It's a preset called Intergalactic Heartbeat, and that one sounds like this. It's playing the same MIDI, but because it has some sort of arpeggio built in, it sounds quite a bit different. And then before I go into this section, we do have a bass. It's nothing interesting. It's just a basic phase plant patch. And the drums also are super simple. I don't even know if we should call these drums. There are just some percussions in the background. So these could be all the drums that we are seeing this week. I don't know. That would be very unusual of me, because I like to layer a lot of drum samples on top of each other to make cool drum loops. But this is how the drums sound like, everything together. There's only this one percussion loop, one shaker crash, a reverse version of the same crash, and then this weird thing. Let me just play it to you so you get the point. So this is the first part without the weird thing. And coming into the weird part. It sounds so weird on its own, but I promise it sounds pretty good when everything else is playing. That's pretty funny, actually. Before I show you this melody, we have some background effects. One drone loop, which I think we tried to use for week 6. I don't remember anymore. And then just some rain ambience field recordings. And those together sound like this. I could probably fall asleep listening to this. And then the last part, which I haven't showed you, is this melody that comes in for this section. So the main melody that we wrote last time, this one, stops playing, and then we have this melody coming in. There's 2 layers. The first one is an Analog Lab preset once again, and then the second one that comes in for this second section is a phase plant patch. So here's the second melody with the chords. No, that's not it. Let me play the whole lead group. All right, here we go. For this first layer, we have some further, flatter, distorted reverb action added. That's why it sounds kind of distorted. Let me play it to you again in solo. Oh, actually, we have another flatter here, which distorts the mid frequencies, it seems. This is the reverb in solo. Alright, so what we are probably going to do today is try to maybe add one more section to get the track over the 2-minute mark, which I think is a minimum to actually call a track a track. In reality, it doesn't even matter how long the track is. I mean, you decide how long the track is. It could be like 10 seconds. That's a track. That's a piece of art that you have made, and that's your decision to make it that short. So in reality, it doesn't really matter, but I just wanna, I don't know, I might not get the feeling of actually making a full track if I just make a 1 minute long piece. So let's aim for 2 minutes. One more section. Maybe in this section we could push these forward and add, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 bars probably worth of content. And also, while I was listening to the track before I started recording, I heard that the chords might need one more layer to bring up the high frequencies a little bit more. Because if we look at the frequency response of the track... Oh, wait a minute. I just realized I didn't play you the track in full. I just played you the individual parts. Alright, so sorry about that. Let me play the track real quick. Maybe just some of the sections. I don't want to play the whole thing because it takes quite a bit of time, and I'm going to play the full track at the end of this video anyway. So let me just play the intro here. So we start with this. The chords here fade in with SSF using a low pass filter, and this is how the intro sounds like with all the elements together. have this section where it's pretty much just the same thing as we have in here, but without the bass. And then the last one is just with the first layer of the chords and the effects. And the weird drum thing, I think, is high pass filtered away using a 18 dB per octave high pass filter. And then it kind of just ends up properly. But we'll add one more section in here. Let's do that first, and then we'll add the high frequencies to the chords. And then I was thinking, I don't know if we need any more effects, like, you know, transition effects. But if we do, let's add those, and then I'll end the recording, and then I'll mix and master the track off camera and skip to the full track again for you, as I do in every video, where I just play you the full thing and you can have a listen to it. So the first thing, let's just move these. And if we were to now add something in here, we would be at, let's see, oh man, 154. Should we add one more section? I guess we could move these a further 4 bars. It really doesn't matter how long the track is, right? So I don't know why I'm doing this. 211. All right, that's enough, I think. So what are we going to do in here? Let's have a listen and try to understand what might be the logical path to take the track to. All right, I think we are going to continue the effects. Do we want to do something different, like chord progression wise, or? No. That's very lame, but we'll do that anyway. I don't care. Add one more element to the drums, which would be a reverb washed tambourine for this section that we are writing at the moment. That's a nice one. Good old further. Does work, I think, but I also think we could get rid of the cabasa shaker. I'll just call it a shaker for this section. Wait a minute. Yeah, this one, where the new layer doesn't hasn't come in yet, hasn't started playing yet. And also one more thing that I noticed. I think this sound that we made with Faceplant. Oh, it's monophonic as well. So I guess we'll get rid of the lower notes. Yeah, what was I saying? Sorry, I'm all over the place today. Right, so I think this sound needs to be a little bit pluckier. Maybe we could add some sort of sampler transient. As for the last thing, I think today we are going to add the high frequency layer to the chords that I talked about in the beginning, I think. So I'm thinking we could just do a very simple thing that I usually do when I need high frequencies, which is just adding Faceplant with a saw wave and unison, a lot of unison, a tiny bit of detune and a lot of spread, and just taking out the low frequencies. I don't know if my saw wave trick works this time. It usually works better with pluckier sounds. Square wave could actually work better. Oh, we do actually need some noise as well, of course. And we actually could even phase modulate the square wave. Square wave. Why is it so hard to say? No, it's still not there. No, the saw wave is still better. Listen to the difference. It's really subtle. You can't really put your finger on what's happening if you don't know, but it just boosts everything to be a bit brighter and also wider. So brighter and wider, that's what it is. Anyway, I think that could be the arrangement. This week's track really wasn't my favorite one. I didn't really end up liking the idea that we made in the last recording session, so that's why I just kind of had to work with something that wasn't my thing, which you kind of have to do sometimes. And now I realize we have this reverb here, but we are not using it. Is there a reason for it? Maybe we can get rid of it. Anyway, so I ended up working with a track that I couldn't transfer into something that would be more, well, I don't know, better. This idea that we ended up making is kind of cool in its own way, but it's just very basic, you know. It's nothing unique in terms of, well, especially in terms of chords and melodies and those things, which are quite important in a musical track. I tried to get the best sounds possible for the chords and everything, but it doesn't save the idea, you know. The original idea that you have is way more important than the actual production and mixing and mastering and all those things. But anyway, that's just how this week went. It's fine because we are just doing one track per week and we don't care if it's the best track that we have ever made. Some weeks are just bound to be bad. It doesn't matter if you start making a track and don't like it, just push through it and learn as a producer and move on. So that's what I think I'm doing with this week's track. But also this is great progress because like last year I probably just would have abandoned the project after the first idea that I made. So gotta celebrate the small victories, I guess. I'm gonna still work on the track a little bit. I don't know, maybe not production wise, but just mix it a little bit better and then master it. And then I'll record it for you as always. But before I play the track, thank you so much for watching this week's video. I really appreciate that you are watching this the whole way through. It really means a lot to me. And also if you would like to see the future videos that I'm releasing throughout this year, next one coming next Wednesday, be sure to be subscribed. That really helps me to grow the channel and also helps you to get notified about the uploads that I make. If you like the video, consider pressing the like button. Also, I would love to hear your thoughts on this week's track in the comments, so that would be cool. And also actually one more thing, if you would like to join the challenge that is Project 52, you can do so by clicking the Discord link down in the description. It will take you to Sixth Temple Discord server, and there we have this text channel called Project 52 where we share the weekly tracks that we made and also listen to other people's tracks and give feedback and just have a good time. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, you are more than welcome to join the server. We would love to have you there. You really don't have to worry about being late to the party. You don't even have to release every week. You can maybe decide to release every month. That would be very cool as well. So that's all for this week, I think. Here's the track, week 8, and next week we are starting week 9, so I hope to see you then. Bye bye.